Good morning, everyone. We have a warning to anyone taking certain over-the-counter dietary supplements for heart health. New research is showing they may not help, and in some cases, they may even be harmful. Mandy Gaither has more from a new study and why the author of it says you should ditch those supplements right now.
It's a leading cause of heart disease. High levels of bad cholesterol can cause blockages and lead to a heart attack or stroke. But some common supplements may not be the answer, according to a new study.
When these supplements are they're marketed as heart healthy or cholesterol management, it's misleading to the public.
Study author Dr. Luke Laffin says he's seen an increase in patients using supplements since he says they aren't evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. He and his colleagues wanted to research whether there was a health benefit. They studied 6 of them: fish oil, garlic, cinnamon, turmeric, plant sterols, and red yeast rice, then compared results to a placebo and medicines commonly used to treat heart disease like statins.
These don't work. They're not effective in terms of lowering cholesterol.
In a statement, a trade association for the supplement industry said dietary supplements are not intended to be quick fixes, and their effects may not be revealed during the course of a study that only spans 4 weeks. Dr. Laffin says not everyone needs to be on medicine to lower cholesterol. A healthy diet and exercise can help for some. But he says those who do need extra help should talk to their doctor about options. He says some supplements can also adversely interact with other medications.
Probably not doing anything to help your quote-unquote heart health, in certain cases they may actually be harmful.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, there's some good news and bad news on inflation. A new report shows overall consumer prices are rising at the slowest rate since January, but food prices remain high, which means this year's Thanksgiving feast will be an expensive one. Bradley Blackburn reports.
Fossil Farms in New Jersey is busy packing up and shipping out fresh turkeys.
How many turkeys are you going to sell this year, you think?
Over 10,000.
10,000?
Over 10,000.
Ben Del Coro is the VP of Marketing and says a number of factors are making prices higher this year.
With poultry, it was really compounding. So we had fuel prices that were on the rise early in the year. We had grain prices that went through the roof, and then we had avian flu.
An avian flu outbreak has killed millions of turkeys nationwide, leading to lower supplies.
The latest numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics show turkey costs almost 17% more than a year ago.
And grocery staples are on the rise. Eggs are up a whopping 43%, butter nearly 27%, and potatoes are 15% higher.
Unfortunately, I think the cost of food will remain high for both Thanksgiving and Christmas Hanukkah season.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the latest figures also show housing costs still climbing at a rapid pace. But within the report, there are signs of improvement. Overall, prices are slowing, a sign the Federal Reserve's interest rate increases are working to cool off the economy.
At the December meeting, the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates probably by 0.5 percentage point, not by 0.75%. And the reason is that they are going to be happy with the results of this particular report.
Schlesinger says prices could continue to trend lower, but it will be some time before inflation drops from the current rate of 7.7% to the Fed's target rate of just 2%. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Boonton, New Jersey.
All right, when we come back, the importance of knowing how to manage your money. Dr. Becky Smith joins us next.
Did you learn? Did you take?
All right, welcome back, everyone. There is a push across the country for high school students to get educated about their personal finances. Wendy Gillette reports from New York, where a new program there is rolling out.
Did you learn? Did you take some tools from it?
Quincy Luzanaras is teaching students at New York City's New Visions Charter High School for Humanities about the importance of financial literacy.
How many of you want to work for yourself? It's a 12-chapter course that covers everything from budgeting, taxes, crypto, NFT, identity theft, student loans.
Senior Asia Perez already took the course called Credit Concepts.
The class helps students to make better financial decisions in their life.
Right now, it's estimated that less than a quarter of American high school students have access to education on financial literacy.
These students are graduating without the tools they need to succeed, especially in our urban communities.
Luzanares says only 15 states mandate financial education before graduation. New York is not one of them, but legislation is pending.
You understanding credit?
His course in New York City is 3 years old. It's expanding this year to 100 schools and now includes the complimentary use of the app Busy Kid, which allows kids to get paid by their parents to do chores. They learn to manage money and even buy real stocks.
When you have that skin in the game, when you have that money in, you pay attention to things much differently.
Good spending versus bad spending.
Luzanares says parents can help by teaching kids how to access their credit report, knowing the difference between debit and credit cards, and understanding student loans.
The important thing.
Just the start of ensuring a life of financial confidence and knowledge. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
All right, this is not a new thing for one Mississippi State University professor. Dr. Becky Smith has been teaching financial literacy in the classroom and in workshops across the state and the South. Dr. Smith is the director of the Extension Center for Economic Education and Financial Literacy, and she joins us this morning. Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
To talk about a really important topic. Listening to that piece there, why is financial education so important, would you say, not just for young people, but older and young generations?
Yeah, all of us need financial education, absolutely. So the more financially educated we are, the more financially literate we are, the more we're able to protect ourselves as consumers, right? We can make better decisions. We can save better and protect ourselves for the long term. We have more power in our lives. We get to have more say and do more things. So it really has a lot to do with just overall our well-being and our satisfaction with our goals in life. As well.
You heard the teacher in that piece say that you've got students all over the country who are graduating without the tools they need to succeed. What are those tools?
Similarly, we want to be able to advocate for ourselves in the marketplace, right? We want to understand why prices are changing, or the inflation that's happening. What does that mean for us now? What does that mean for us down the road? And how can we protect ourselves? So we need to know how to go about saving, right? And to have emergency savings, have short run and long term. We want to be able to retire and have a standard of living that's similar to when we're working, and we can't do that if we're not saving.
And we have to plan for that. I want to get to the savings in just a moment, and saving and having that rainy day fund. But one of the things you and I spoke about before we came on is that how the information is presented is so important to the students and whoever is in these workshops receiving it.
Absolutely. So we can talk about what we should do and have all these knowledge, right, all day long. But if we're not implementing that and having behaviors follow along that, then what's it really for? So we want to have financial education. Good experiences is really the key. So when we set up, enjoyable, positive experiences that allow students to engage with the material, then we can help them, first of all, have better attitudes, and so that over their lifetime, they'll be more likely to go back and go, oh yeah, that was a good, experience. I'm going to go toward this topic, which isn't a popular topic. People don't want to spend a lot of time doing this. So if we create a positive experience, then that we're more likely to do that. And then our information needs change over our lifetime as we develop. We need different things, and so that will give us more agency in our lives and more power to be able to go, okay, I believe I can do this, right? So I'm more likely to go and seek out that information, as well as to be bold and make behavior changes that we go, oh, okay, I wish I was doing this. I'm not saving now, but
got to fill in that gap from understanding it to actually doing the thing that you talk about. So let's go back to that saving that you talked about, which the piece talked about it also teaching young people early on that saving is important. How do you get that through to people? Because we always hear like you should have a rainy day fund that's like, you know, $10,000 or whatever the number is. How do you get that message across and to stick and get people to do it?
Well, that's a magical question, right? Yeah. So the standard is 3 to 6 months of expenditures, but in an economy where we're coming from, we want to have even more, right? So how do we do that? Well, we start small, and so I think when we hear something so large as something like, say, $10,000, right? People are gonna be like, I'm never gonna get that. So, but I start with my audience and say, can you do $10 this month? Can you do $10 next month? Most audience will say, I can do $10. And what we know is that it's the habit that we start forming. And so if we start forming these habits when we're younger and we have less to save, but we have a habit, we'll continue to save than when we get more money.
Exactly. You'll put more into the little bucket the more money that you make. The other conversation is about credit. Most young people don't really understand credit, the ramifications of credit, or the positivity that good credit can bring to you. How do you have that conversation?
So I think there is more understanding about credit out there than there used to be. People have much more access to Credit Karma, and they're using that. So and this is one of the things that people can do, teachers, parents, is really have these honest conversations. So it's hard if you're a teacher or you're a parent and you don't know you haven't checked your credit report,
That's
right?
Yeah.
So just be able to have this authentic, honest conversation about credit is, if you want to save money when you borrow, you want to have a good credit.
Good credit.
You know,
That's
you want to have
exactly
good
right.
credit.
In these last few moments, we do want to let people know that the Extension Service does offer workshops, right? So
Absolutely.
you can come. So what do people need to do if they want to get in on this financial literacy?
Absolutely. So they can contact me, Becky Smith at msstate.edu, as well as their agents or extension offices, as well as we partner with the Mississippi Council on Economic Education.
Okay.
And so they are instrumental in teacher programs as far as the Master Teacher of Personal Finance and the Master Teacher of College Career Readiness. So there's a lot of opportunities. We have the extension has the Welcome to the Real World Budget Simulation.
I like that.
So yeah, so it's a great, again, active learning, and the students can go at the different stations and they get a job and they have a family and then they got to go make their...
Love those. Well, Dr. Smith is the place. You can contact her at Mississippi State University. One thing people always want to talk about is their money. They may not want to talk about it, but they want to do something about it for sure.
They want more of it.
We appreciate your being here. Thanks so much. All right, coming up, something you'll be spending your money on, the latest and hottest toys of the season. We'll take a sneak peek when Good Morning comes right back. Welcome back, everyone. Only a handful of states recognize girls flag football as an official high school sport. But in California, some young women are blitzing convention. Dania Bacchus reports.
With drills, discipline, and drive.
Ready, go.
Players at Los Angeles' Crenshaw High School are breaking barriers in California to prove they belong on the gridiron.
This is the first girls flag football team in high school, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna tell my kids and my grandkids that I did this.
The sport, without the same risk of concussions and serious injuries as tackle football, is growing in popularity. Nationwide, the number of girls playing flag football in high school jumped 40% in 2 years, even though just 5 states recognize it as an official high school sport. The Crenshaw Cougars are one of the 16 Southern California teams chosen to participate in the only girls' league, co-sponsored by the LA Rams and Chargers. More than 100 schools applied.
I feel like us girls are capable just like boys are. It feels really good because we don't feel left out.
The players stepped into SoFi Stadium for a reception on par with the NFL pros, getting jerseys, gear, and financial support.
But these girls can now go on the playing field and create dreams, develop pathways, the opportunities to really change the trajectory of their life.
Ready, go.
Their heads are held high.
LaTanya Blair coaches the Cougars and sees a profound change in her players.
We have some of our young ladies who, faced a few challenges as far as getting to class, coming to school, but now they're on the field as a team, but they're on campus as a team.
I just want to, inspire everybody around the world to do great and to work hard in anything you do, even if it's not football.
To these girls, flag football isn't just a sport, it's family, a bond giving them confidence and hope on and off the field. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, take a look at this. Forever captured on film in A Christmas Story, Ralphie Parker's childhood home on West 11th Street in Cleveland, Ohio, is officially up for sale. The house, a museum now, and a detached garage, home to a 1939 Ford LaFrance fire truck, like the one in the movie, are included in the sale. The owner paid $150,000 for it back in 2004 when he bought it off eBay. The list price right now is not known. The owner says it's time to put the house up for sale. Tours and overnight stays that have been scheduled will continue at this time. So the holidays are almost here, which means children are writing up those wish lists. And this year, the most coveted gifts feature favorite characters and a little magic. Naomi Ruckham takes a look.
The new Pokemon Squishmallow is one of the year's hottest toys.
If you don't get it now, you might not get it.
Correct. Yeah, these are going to be sold out very, very quickly. They're only available in limited quantities.
The Toy Insider's Marissa Silva says the latest toy from Magic Mixies will also be popular.
The brand new crystal ball for this year, and we are getting ready to conjure our Mixie friend.
Kids use a magic wand to reveal their own character.
About as interactive as it can get.
Yeah, for sure. And what I love most about this, you can reset it and do this magic experience over and over again.
Many toys have an educational twist, like the Coco Melon Learning Bus.
So when you pop it in here, the bus will recognize which letter. So it'll say A.
But if you want to go big,
some really cool 360 spins.
There's the remote-controlled Jurassic World T-Rex.
He's got some great sound effects too.
Try?
Yeah.
Dolls are in demand, like these from the new Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie. And LOL Surprise has customizable dolls with 320 mix and match looks.
The shades, the earrings, the dress, the hairstyles, you can really do lots of different things with these dolls.
But no matter what your kids' hearts desire, be ready to spend more.
Inflation is hitting the toy box for sure. We're really recommending that people build about 15% more into their toy shopping budgets this year.
Unlike the past 2 years, toy companies expect to have plenty of supply. Still, you may want to snag the most popular items before they disappear. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
Now, while some of the hottest toys can run as much as $300, but there are plenty of high value out there. All right, coming up, Bluebell is in the kitchen. You will want to stick around for this. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, everyone. Nothing says the holiday season like dessert, and one of our very favorites, of course, is Bluebell. Justin Tyler is here with us. Always great to have you in the building.
Good to be here.
The most popular guy in here right now.
Saw some smiles when I came in.
Absolutely. So you've brought the new holiday flavors for us that are already in stores, and you're going to make a couple of desserts.
Yes, ma'am. We're going to do a few things with them. We've got our holiday lineup with Christmas cookie, eggnog, peppermint bark, and peppermint.
Okay, let's start with the Christmas cookies. What's in that one?
Christmas cookie, that is, if you could, we could read that, but I like to close my eyes and just think sugar cookie ice cream.
Okay.
And that's going to describe that.
There it is. Okay.
That's it.
What about now? Not every single person is a fan of the drink eggnog. So how do you make us love eggnog ice cream?
The eggnog, it's a French ice cream which is made with eggs. People like to add stuff to eggnog. We don't do that here. We just do the ice cream, but it works well with the nutmeg and the whipped topping in there and frozen. A lot of people that don't like eggnog do like the ice cream. Yes, ma'am.
So give it a try. Peppermint bark.
Peppermint bark. That is a mint ice cream with the dark chocolate chunks in them. That's what.
We're going to make something.
Yeah, we're going to make something with that one in a minute.
And then you got the plain old peppermint.
Also peppermint. Yep.
All right.
Self-described.
What are we going to make here? Let's get started.
All right. Well, let's start out with the salted caramel brownie here,
which we love.
That's good on its own. What we're going to start out with is a pie crust.
Okay.
And we're going to spread. This is already pre-done. We spread our hot fudge on the bottom of the pie crust.
Okay.
Then we're going to come with our salted caramel brownie ice cream.
We've already got that in there.
Pop that in the freezer for about 4 hours.
Okay.
If you can wait that long.
Okay.
Then we're going to come with our whipped cream here.
just load it on up with more sugar.
And we're supposed to use a spoon, but I say we get crazy with it, and we're just going to dump it right on the top of there.
There you go, more sugar.
That's right.
All right.
And then from there...
Calories don't count during the holidays,
No,
do
count your blessings, not calories.
There you go, I love that.
Then we're coming with the caramel topping.
Wow.
And that's it.
So it's a sundae in a pie shell is really what we have.
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
I
That's
love
what
this
you've
a
got.
lot. All right. So what's the next one we're going to make?
All right. The next one, you got to have something to go with that. So we are going to go with our peppermint ice cream.
Okay.
We're going to go with about 2 good. I'm going to launch one of these in a minute.
All right.
Going to go with about 2 good scoops there.
In each glass.
In each glass.
Okay. And then it looks like you've got some crushed up peppermint candy that we're going to add to this.
Yes, ma'am. Then we're going to come back with some coffee there.
Ah, this is just regular old coffee?
Just regular coffee, plain brewed.
Love that. We
And
got
then
kind of a float going.
Got a float going. Then we're going to make it pretty. I'm going to use a spoon this
So
time.
if you're having a holiday party, this might be kind of fun to make for your guests.
Yes, ma'am. Easy to
Peppermint
make.
ice cream, get you some coffee, sprinkle some little peppermint here that's chopped up. It's ready to go. I'll give it a try. So peppermint ice cream with coffee. Let's see. Oh, wow.
It works.
It does.
It does.
Like the minty comes together with the sweet and the coffee.
And a lot of people
That's really cool.
see the peppermint, and they think, it's gonna be, I'm not a big fan of peppermint, but when you use it and stuff like this,
it comes together
really works
very
together.
Nice. All right, when we come back, we'll get some of the salted caramel brownie as well, and then we'll wrap things up. Can we do that?
That'll work.
We'll be right back. This is good. So in my haste to try some of this, I picked up 2 spoons, and now I'm eating ice cream off 2 spoons. So all of these are in stores, as you said already.
Yes, ma'am, they
Christmas
are.
cookies, eggnog, peppermint bark, peppermint. Which is your favorite?
I like the Christmas cookie.
The Christmas
That one's
cookie,
hard to beat. Yes,
Sugar
ma'am.
cookie and vanilla ice cream. Thank
How
you so
can you
much
go
for
wrong?
being here. We
Good to be
appreciate
here.
it. Love the treats, love the ice cream. We're having ice cream the rest of the morning. Happy holidays if I don't see you again before
Yes, ma'am.
then. All right.
You too.
All right. We'll see you back here tomorrow, everybody. Enjoy the day.